NEWS.MC on Monaco Info is brought to you by Monaco Legend Properties. Bringing you news on Monaco's economy, culture, sports and more. Welcome to NEWS.MC, your English rendezvous on Monaco Info. Coming up on NEWS.MC, discover past week's top stories and meet the people who make Monaco.
My name is Paul Smith from Touchstone Education, and you are watching NEWS.MC on Monaco Info.
What's been making headline in the past week? The Monaco Pavilion at the Universal Exhibition in Osaka has already attracted around 900,000 visitors, with an additional 275,000 experiencing it online. General Commissioner Mireille Martini explained that attendance rose steadily since the opening, now drawing about 6% of the exhibition's daily 190,000 visitors. The celebration of Monaco's National Day on June the 28th, featuring the Prince's Carabinieri Orchestra and Monte-Carlo ballets, boosted visibility and visitor numbers, with the day marking the exhibition's highest attendance so far. Visitors are often surprised by Monaco's strong environmental initiatives, despite its small size. The pavilion team maintains momentum through social media outreach, collaborations with other pavilions, themed activities, and interactive installations, such as a popular life-sized board game. A guided tour reveals an interactive ground floor exhibition showcasing Monaco's landmarks, an immersive mezzanine space, and a third-floor Hôtel de Paris wine cellar tasting room. The visit ends with a display from the Oceanographic Museum highlighting marine species conservation, supported by the Prince Albert II of Monaco Foundation, reinforcing the Principality's sustainability message. The Piédon Circus, a family-run troupe since 1920, has returned to Fontvieille with a heartwarming new show, Loup and Her Toys. Running until August 13th under their intimate marquee beside Monaco's famed Big Top, the performance blends humour, acrobatics, juggling, clowning and enchanting sets. The story follows Loup, inspired by a real-life incident when the young performer lost her teddy bear on a fantastical quest where toys come to life. Created and performed by multiple generations of the Piédon family, the show captures the nostalgia of childhood and the joy of the circus. For the troupe, appearing in Monaco, hailed as the capital of circus, is a great honour, especially alongside the prestigious International Circus Festival venue. Performances start daily at 6:30 p.m, offering an hour of family fun and wonder. The Monte-Carlo Philharmonic Orchestra concluded its summer concert season with a festive evening in the courtyard of the Prince's Palace on August the 7th, drawing a large and appreciative audience. The programme featured exceptional works, including Max Bruch's celebrated violin concerto, performed by virtuoso soloist Sergei Khachatryan. For violinist Liza Kerob, the event carried personal resonance, recalling her first meeting with Khachatryan in 1999 and admiring his remarkable talent from a young age. Leading the orchestra was Emmanuel Tcheknavorian, whose energy, precision and natural authority left a strong impression on the musicians. The night ended on a joyful note with Johann Strauss's iconic Blue Danube Waltz, famously played to Apollo 11 astronauts in space in 1969, adding a touch of history to the occasion. This final concert once again showcased the OPMC's artistry and the magic of performing under Monaco's summer skies. The Feast of Saint-Romain, one of Monaco's most important religious celebrations after Saint-Devote, brought together locals and visitors. Festivities began in late July with popular pistou soup and fish soup evenings in the Saint-Martin Gardens, attracting hundreds. The highlight came on August the 9th with a parade where participants received gifts from merchants and passers-by. The faithful then attended Mass at the cathedral before taking Monaco's small train to the Saint-Martin Gardens for an aperitif hosted by the town hall. Claude Manzone, president of the National Committee of Monegasque Traditions, stressed the event's role in preserving heritage, language and identity. She also highlighted the committee's centenary and the recent reopening of its museum, which features a temporary exhibition until August 31st, before a redesigned display on ceramics, notable figures and religious traditions. Victor Langelotti made Monegasque sporting history by becoming the first cyclist from the Principality to win a World Tour stage, triumphing in the Tour of Poland on Saturday. His perfectly timed sprint in the final 500 meters secured both stage victory and the leader's yellow jersey for a day. Langelotti ultimately finished 5th overall after the concluding time trial. He expressed pride in representing Monaco and hopes to continue adding to its sporting achievements. His next goals include the World Championships in Kigali, Rwanda and the Vuelta a España as part of preparations for the 2026 Tour de France Grand Départ from Monaco. Tucked within Monaco's exotic garden, the Botanical Centre shelters one of the world's most significant collections of cacti and succulents. Established in 1960, it preserves rare species such as the aloe dichotoma, with only around 100 left in the wild, and the unusual hatted cactus. Around 10,500 plants are cared for, most in pots, with 90% protected under international conservation laws. Many cannot survive outdoors in Monaco's climate, so they thrive in purpose-built greenhouses where staff manage controlled pollination and share seed data with gardens worldwide. While the exotic garden remains closed until October, visitors can explore the greenhouses free of charge for a glimpse of this desert oasis. Next up, our exclusive interview with the personalities making the Principality.
My name is Paul Smith from Touchstone Education. I was brought up and did my primary school in the north of the UK, in Yorkshire. In English, we would say it's a pit village, which means a mining village, a coal mining village. So my background is very modest. Both my parents were teachers. When I was born, I'm the oldest. I was born in 1964. My mother stopped working. So four children, oldest, one salary. And so my father, in order to feed the family and give us the nice things, refurbished houses, bought a house, did it up, sold it. His father, my granddad, was a carpenter. My granddad built his own house. My dad learnt from his dad, my granddad. I learnt from my dad. And I suppose from the age of 7, 8 years old, I've just had, if you cut me, not blood comes out, property comes out, real estate comes out. Before my 18th birthday, I bought a flat, an apartment in London for £9,000. Terrible condition, the cheapest flat in London, probably. And I then spent the next 18 months doing what I used to do with my father. I spent less than £1,000, and 18 months later, I sold that property for £33,500. So invested 10, 33,500 back, and I was off. And something I always teach my students is that if you want to become a property investor, if you want to become a property entrepreneur, you shouldn't leave your full-time job until your property income is a minimum of 3 times your day job. For anyone out there that's thinking, I'd like to be a property entrepreneur and I hate my boss and I hate my job and I hate commuting, I know, so did I. But I did both until I reached a critical mass. It was hard work, but I'm glad I did it. Touchstone Education, the way in which many people interact. So you can find me on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, or on the website, Touchstone Education. I want to allow everybody to get to know me a little bit, to get to know the company a little bit. My job is to help people that have got a money problem. The money problem is really easy to fix. Once you've fixed the money problem, and once you don't even have to think about money anymore, now you can decide how you want to live your life. There are individual courses. You could go and buy an individual course on how to raise money, or mindset, or something like that, or commercial property in the UK, or how to invest in gold. So there are individual courses. But if you decided, no, I'm fed up, I want to change my life, and I want to do it in 1 year, then the top program that we have is called Wealth Through Property, or Wealth Through Business. It's a 12-month intensive program. 6 hours of coaching a week, 1 hour a day for 6 days a week. You can have Sunday off. And the investment for that is $15,000. Because I feel so strongly that free advice is worth every penny, you know, I've got quite a few staff, I've got offices. I'm not running a charity, I'm running a business. I think it's incredible value. But the guarantee that we make is in that first year, if you don't make at least £30,000 extra, we just give you your money back. So you invest 15, but if you don't make at least 30, money back. People say, why did you move to Monaco? Did you move to Monaco for for tax purposes. No. If I wanted to save tax, I'd move to Antigua, where there's no tax of any kind, or I'd move to Dubai or somewhere else. No, you don't come to Monaco to save tax. You come to Monaco for me, for 3 reasons. And I call it the 3 C's: culture, climate, and cuisine. I've been a Formula One fan forever. From the first time I came here, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I don't care if you're a billionaire or if you work in a shop for 10 euros an hour, you're still a person. I value your time, I value your opinion, and I value the fact that you're listening to me. I'm always open to learning. My mother she's still alive, she's 83, but she says things like this, and you need to listen to my mum. Whenever you're talking to somebody, she said, you've got 1 of these and 2 of these. If you listen, you might learn something you don't know. If you're speaking, you're saying things you do know. With my formula, I can help 97% of people that have decided they want to be helped. I've got a very good friend he's Indian, he's called Bhavin. Hello Bhavin if you're watching. Bhavin calls me a guru, and I'm okay with that, because for an Indian, a guru is just a teacher. That's all I want to be. I'm not an expert, I'm not better than anybody else, I'm just a teacher. And what Bhavin told me years ago now, he said, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. If there's any students out there, the teacher's here. If there's no students out there, there's no teachers. So I can help, my company, my formula, as you put it, can help 97% of people that want to be helped.
That's all for today. Thank you for watching NEWS.MC, your English rendezvous on Monaco Info. Discover the full interview and more stories on our websites, NEWS.MC and MonacoInfo.com. Next week we will receive Maurice Paniello from Monaco United. This show is intended to provide a summary of the past week's top stories for the English-speaking audience. For daily and real-time news updates in English, please visit news.mc and subscribe to our free daily newsletter. For French news, visit monacoinfo.com. This show was brought to you by Monaco Legend Properties.